Yon, thank you so much. Ayan. Thank you for reminding me. So, for the purpose na para dun sa mga iba na hindi makaka-attend or mawala ng internet, we record the meeting and we'll upload it sa YouTube para meron kayong reference. Okay, so going back doon sa ano natin, for the purpose of record, this part, no, we discuss how the ideas are contribute doon sa tinatawag nating merkado o market where we sell a certain good or we sell products and services, and ideas became a product that we can offer to clients, to businesses, to companies. Ayan. And ideas includes the product or services, of course, and kasama na dun yung mga business models, providing business models, suggesting business models, and what do you call this? So customer experiences, helping them understand or presenting them customer experiences and make the company understand these customer experiences that later on help them to improve more the products, services, no, the way we do things in a certain company. And of course, we can also use ideas as part of technological advancement by providing skills in utilizing these technological advancements or these technologies. So, going back to the ideas are as currency reflect the shift from traditional tangible assets to intangible assets such as intellectual property, brand equity, and innovation capabilities. So, hindi na tayo more on yung parang nanggaling kasi tayo sa industrial period, na sa industrial period what must be industrialized or what must be produced in mass volume should be a certain good, no, a tangible asset. But now meron na tayong intangible assets, no? The intellectual property, yan yung brand equity and innovation capabilities. Yung brand equity is the uh, simple terms, yan yung pag yung pagkakaroon ng sure stability ng sure income and stability of a business or a certain brand. So, ayan. And you cannot achieve that by just providing services or products lang, but also with providing uh, reliable brand models and knowledgeable process of data coming from customer experiences. And of course, the innovation capabilities, yung kakayanan ng isang business na mag-innovate para ma-provide niya pa yung hinihingi ng kaniyang mga customers. In a knowledge-based economy, companies that can generate leverage and capitalize on ideas effectively often outperform their competitors. Sabi nga, kung sino yung kayang makaunawa, no, at ma-leverage o yung ma-maximize yung data coming from the customers can outperform their competitors. Labanan na ngayon ng data, no, labanan na ngayon ng pag-utilize ng mga data na nakukuha natin sa ating mga customer. Remember guys, this is ad PR, no? This is advertising and public relation. So meron tayong technology to advertise our products, and we have public relation to build trust our with our customers. And itong dalawang to, they go hand in hand, no, to outperform our competitors, no, to give ideas to the companies where we build or kaya we're working with to outperform yung mga competitors natin. Na hindi pa to masyadong nagme-make sense ngayon, no, kasi nag-aaral pa kayo, pero kapag nasa advertising industry na kayo, um ano nyo na, makikita nyo na, ay, ito pala yung reason why I have to understand itong mga metrics, why I have to understand these data from the customers, mga comments, mga tawag dito, yung tinatawag nilang ah, ist- ah, yung statements coming from the customers, mga word of mouth, positive ba yung word of mouth or negative yung word of mouth. Then there here are the ideas to concern about. Number one is the transition from tangible to intangible assets in the modern economy. Ngayon, ang mga asset natin because of globalization is na move na to intangible assets. Kasama ng mga ah, kasama parang lahat nasa drive, no? Kahit nasa Pilipinas ka, pwede kang magtrabaho sa companies abroad. Ganun yung idea natin ngayon. 'Di ba? Hindi na siya parang hindi mo na kailangan, hindi na factory yung malakas ngayon, kundi it's more on the intangible assets, yung mga nasa cloud, mga services katulad ng graphic designing na ginagawa mo to online, 'di ba? Ganun na yung modern economy. And even yung delivery, 'di ba? Yung delivery, imagine niyo dati yung when you want to eat something, you have to go to the store and then purchase there na yung pagkain na bibilhin mo. Ngayon, o-order ka lang. And then what the store will do or what the company will do, 'di ba? Hahanapan ka nila ng branch na malapit malapit sa and then from there or through that branch magpo-provide sila ng in-order mo. So somewhat ganun na yung labanan ngayon, no? Ginagawang intangible yung assets, ginagawa nila ng way para bumilis yung services and yung experience, yung customer experience ay mas mag-improve at maging beneficial masyado doon sa mga customers natin because these customers are the ways we can get sales, no? Yan yung bumibili sa atin eh. Kaya nga customer is always right. Kasi sa kanila natin kinukuha yung pera na kikitain natin. So, ginagawa natin lahat to give them what they want and to do more than what they want. Another issue is the increasing emphasis on innovation and creativity as drivers of economic value. So lahat kailangan merong innovation or kailangan ng yung lahat ng company are creating emphasis. Kailangan yung company natin make innovation adjustments in this continuously changing economic environment or economic ecosystem, no? Ah, Paggamit ng mga application, 'di ba? Dati hindi tayo yung McDonald's, for example, dati ano lang yan, or para makiki-order ka lang through Foodpanda or Grab, pero ngayon meron na silang sariling application, no? Yung McDonald's may sariling silang application na mas mabilis, offering way faster service compared doon sa yung gumagamit ka ng third-party applications. So ganyan yung mga innovation na nangyayari, and then even yung marketing and advertising efforts na rin labanan ng innovation para lang maging para lang maging relevant ka, kapansin-pansin at tangkilikin ng customers mo. Okay? Nandiyan pa ba kayo? Thumbs up nga kung nandiyan pa kayo. Ayan, thank you. Yun. And let me continue. So, democratization of idea generation and innovation through digital platforms and collaborative networks. Yan. So, democratization, ibig sabihin, nagkaroon ng kalayaan of idea creation and innovation through digital platforms and collaborative networks. Napansin ninyo, nagbabago yung design ng mga application, nagbabago yung mga parang nagiging all-in-one yung mga applications and softwares ngayon, no? Because malaya ka naman kung anong gusto mong gawin uh, through digital platforms, 'di ba? Pwede mong baguhin kung ano yung baguhin, mag-create ng mga bagong techniques. Basta ang purpose o basta ang goal is to improve, no, network mo ng customers, yung bumibili sa iyo, ayan, sa produkto mo, o kaya yung uh, stakeholders, mga nakikikollaborate ka. Halimbawa, yung isang company, alam nyo, very ano to, very visible to sa bangko, no, yung mga bangko ngayon. Dati yung bangko parang ano lang siya, lagayan ng pera, tapos doon ka mag-withdraw ng pera. Ngayon, ano-ano yung ginagawa nila? They partner with different businesses para sila yung maging official bank system nung isang company. Yung mga ganung klase. And then makita nyo may mga effort din. Halimbawa meron silang mga ah, parang bangko para sa mga estudyante, mas mababa yung binabayaran, may mataas yung kapag ka nag-store ka ng pera. More on ganun na, ano, ah, malaya nilang i-develop or i-improve yung kanilang services. Okay? And the last is the role of ideas in fostering disruptive innovation and transforming industries. Siyempre, mahalaga yung idea, no, to create innovation, pero hindi naman sabotage ng economy or magsasabotage ng industry. Yan. Kailangan kumbaga it will create changes, pero wag naman yung sobrang changes na babagsak yung ekonomiya. Ayan. Parang ano lang yan eh. Ang tawag dito, eh, kailangan mo i-ano mo pa rin, iisipin mo pa rin yung innovation na hindi ka makakasira nung ano. Meron kasi tinatawag na economic sabotage. Parang okay, parang halimbawa sa market, no? Magbebenta ka ng itlog. Halimbawa, ganun. 5 kayo na nagbebenta ng itlog, lahat ng presyo nyo 10 piso. So ngayon, para mas tangkilikin ka, ang benta mo ngayon ano lang, 5 piso. 'Di ba? 5 piso lang. So ngayon, sa iyo nga pupunta yung mga tao, pero somewhat, 'di ba? Meron kasing tinalaga na workable price, mga ganong bagay na ganong issue. So, hindi ka rin pwedeng mag-isip ng, ay sige, bebenta ko to ng 5 piso. Syempre, titingnan mo muna kung may kikitain ka, 'di ba? O kaya yung example pa lang, yung isang magandang example yung sa mga food park. Yung, familiar ba kayo sa food park? Thumbs up nga kung familiar ka sa food park. Yan yung mga area yan yung mga area na, alam mo yun, yung grupo-grupo ng kainan. Tapos may team yung park na yon, 'di ba? So ngayon, yung mga owner ng food parks na yan, they set a certain amount for good doon sa ano na yun. Halimbawa, bibili sila ng may mga magbebenta ng kanin. No, lahat ng kanin all throughout the food court pa sir sa mall. Tama yan, mga mga stalls. Um yung rice, halimbawa, pag sinabi ng owner, okay, isiset natin yung rice 25 pesos per takal ha. Yan. You have to follow that. Kasi pagka hindi mo sinunod yun, masasabotage mo yung buong food park. Kumita ka nga, pero alam mo yun, negats ka naman doon sa mga kasama mo o kaya doon sa may-ari. May ganong sistema po sa ano natin, sa economic system natin or sa mga economic environments natin. Next, there is an evolution, no, yung brief history of the idea economy. The idea economy has evolved significantly over time, shaped by technological advancements. Yan, syempre pagbabago ng technology, dati ito yung available, ito yung pamamaraan. Yan, ngayon hindi na ganoon. Globalization, syempre yung pag-aangkat ng goods from one nation to another, and changing consumer behavior. Yan yung pagbabago ng hilig, no? Paraan ng pamumuhay, kagustuhan ng ating mga consumer. Dati hindi naman yan habang buhay mahilig sa French fries. Kaya nga nabuo yung Shake Shake Fries, di ba? Kasi kailangan mo ng innovation, pakulo, mga bagong ano. Dati, way back our time, mga 2000, ah, sorry, mga 19, ano pala, mga 1998, 1997, ang Jollibee, they offer a fries na ang kanyang itsura dinosaurs, yung parang mga ano, yung patnong patatas dinosaurs, no? Patok sa aming mga bata yun. Oo, ano yun eh. 1990, ano yun, tanong yun sa mga parents ninyo na taga Manila. Ayan, meron silang ganon yung Jollibee. Parang dinosaur. Basta ganun, hugis dinosaur. Hindi ko makalimutan yun. So, bakit nagkakaroon ng ganon? At ba't merong ganon? For innovation, no? Yung idea. So, subukan natin yung ganitong ideya, baka pumatok. Diba? Um, Ngayon, di ba, yung mga TikTok, di ba? Yung mga TikTok, mga dance craze. Yan, mix and match ngayon. Tama. So, yung mix and match, parang mas mura pag pinag-combine mo ng ganito yung, ano, yung, yung certain products nila. Twister fries na rin po. Ano yung twister fries? Ito ba yung may ano? Ito ba yung fries na may kasamang sundae? Maureen? Hindi po, sir. Oh my God. Hindi gusto ko maano sa McDo. Charot. Yung naka-curl na ayon. Okay, naka-curl. O nga, tama, tama. Twister pa yung naka-curl. Parang, ano, pinaikot na, ano. Alam mo, nakakatakot yung twister fries na yan eh. Ano, tawag dito, yung patatas kasi, you have to cut it. You have to cut it. Pero kapag yung twister fries nga, ano, naalala ko yan, sinasabi nila hindi raw yan completely patatas, kundi may halo na rin yan na kung ano-anong chemical. Ayun. Kaya ano, kaya na alam mo yun, paano mo mold yung price ng ganun, no? Ng ganung hulma niya. May ano yan, may somewhat hindi yan talaga fully patatas. Pero yun nga. Anyway, wala naman tayong pakialam dun eh. Basta masarap, kinakain natin. Anyway, so back to the discussion. So the transition from the industrial age to digital era has fundamentally altered how ideas are conceived, developed, and commercialized. Na nagbago na nga tayo, yun kasi yung nangyari. Nagbago na yung ating yung ating paano ba, yung ating age, eka nga. So from industrial na kung sino yung maraming factory, sino yung may capable na mag mass produce ng product, hindi na ngayon. Ang kung sino ang may idea, no? Sino ang may idea, yun yung mayaman ngayon. Kaya nga nasa ano tayo, information age kung tawagin. Wala tayo sa industrial age. Nasa information age na tayo. And information age, kung sino yung may information, may idea, ideal, technically, sila yung mayayaman. So, katulad nila Zuckerberg, 'di ba? Nila Elon Musk, yan. So they hold um information facilities, 'di ba? Yung social media, Google, may-ari ng Google, may-ari ng mga yung Amazon, 'di ba? Technically ito mga ano lang yan, mga information facilities yan because they gather information, use it, no? To benefit the consumers. 'Yon. So, during the industrial age, economies were primarily driven by manufacturing and physical goods. And yun nga yung mass production. Success was often measured by efficiency in production and distribution. However, with the rise of digital technologies, the focus shifted towards knowledge-based industries where ideas and information became key drivers of growth. Hindi na mahalaga kung gaano mo karami, gaano karami yung kaya mong magawang goods. Hindi na ganon ngayon. Kundi how will you able to sell it? How will you able to convert these goods and services into into money or cash flows, di ba? Ganun na ngayon sa idea age or dun sa digital age. Evolution of idea economy. In the digital era, the idea economy is characterized by rapid innovation, mabilis na innovation. Alam nyo, in the recent business conferences and as well as mga academic and economics or conferences, ang lagi nilang sinasabi is the key um uh concept or the parang way para mabilis na yumabong yung isang business is the ability to adapt rapidly through innovations, no? Yung mga changes, artificial intelligence, machine learning, yan, yung kakayanan ng isang business uh, to thrive and work with these changes, innovations na nangyayari sa panahon natin. So, yeah, yung kakayanan ng rapid innovation, knowledge sharing, and digital disruption o yung mga pagbabago, nagbabago, continuously developing yung technology natin, yung digital technology natin. So, kakayanan mo na maka-adapt at magtrabaho through these technologies. Companies compete not only based on the quality of their products or services, but also on their ability to uh, innovate and adapt to changing market dynamics o yung nagbabago at patuloy na nagbabagong uh, elements, variants ng economy natin o ng market natin. So there are other uh, topics we need to talk about, the impact of technology revolutions, ayan, in the idea economy, no? Ano ba yung mga impact ng teknolohiya at continuously nagbabagong ekonomiya doon sa company at sa mga company kung saan tayo nagtatrabaho o magtatrabaho. Ayan. Meron ba talagang epekto yung internet? Yung isang business ba can utilize the internet for better improving their company, no? Artificial intelligence, AI, we in the past in the recent years, lagi natin narinig yan, AI on this, AI on that, AI on different industries. Kasi nga artificial intelligence now is a game changer, no? Isa siyang actually technological disruption yung artificial intelligence. Parang binago niya lahat, pati yung workflow ng mga tao, ng mga company, and so on. So another is the rise of knowledge-based industries and decline of traditional manufacturing sectors. Nagiging issue natin yan because wala nang, hindi na ngayon labanan kung masipag ka or malakas ka or mabilis ka. Hindi na ganoon, kundi kailangan may alam ka. No, ganun yung labanan ngayon. And yun nga, yung traditional manufacturing sectors, mga walang technology na mga sector, pinapatay na ng technology. Even even alam niyo yung meron niyang recent na parang isang store sa Hong Kong, no, na yung cashier at yung attendant naka ano yung tawag dito, galing pa sa naka visual naka TV lang, tapos naka video call yung cashier at yung cashier ng isang store na yun kasi mas mura pa mag outsource ng cashier coming from the Philippines compared sa mag-employ ng taong taga doon sa Hong Kong, no? Kasi mahal yung per hour nila doon eh. Mas mura pa yung per hour ng mga pag ina-outsource natin o yung BPO dito sa Pilipinas. Yan. Teka lang. Okay. Um, Another is the emergence of digital platforms and ecosystems. Sorry. Uh, tama? The emergence of digital platforms and ecosystems that facilitate idea exchange and collaboration. So, pag napansin niyo, dumadami yung klase ng social media, dumadami yung mga platforms, technologies, pati yung mga gadgets, alam mo yun, iba-iba na nagbabago yung gadgets, nag-i-improve ngayon. Dati walang Vision, yung Apple Vision, ngayon may Apple Vision na. Ayan, augmented reality, 'di ba yung mga scammer nakakapag-scam pa lalo kasi because of the augmented reality, yung parang minomold, yung deep fake na tinatawag, 'di ba? So yan, nag-emerge yung mga ganyang technologies, and somewhat it facilitate the idea exchange and collaborations. Kailangan makasabay tayo sa ganyan. Kasi pag di tayo makasabay diyan, wala, ano tayo, tatanggalin tayo or mawawalan tayo ng trabaho. Tandaan nyo, no, hindi totoo yung sinasabi nila na the AI will papalitan tayo, or parang papalitan tayo, or mawawalan tayo ng trabaho because of AI. Hindi totoo 'yon. Yung papalit sa atin ay yung may kakayanan na gumamit ng AI, ng mga technology na ito. Papalitan niya yung hindi marunong gumamit, yung hindi naka-adjust at hindi nakapag-innovate, and paano ba, nakapag-improve, no, nung skills niya in utilizing technologies. The role of startups and entrepreneurial ventures in driving innovation and challenging established norms. Because of this innovation, because in the idea economy, hindi mahalaga yung hindi mahalaga yung mayaman ka agad. Yung startup mo ay malaki agad, hindi ganoon. Kailangan may idea ka lang. 'Di ba? Ang dami ngayong parang in the concept of in the concept of show business. Sa showbiz ngayon, um kahit sino pwede maging artista na ngayon, 'di ba? Pwede nang sumikat ngayon, maging sensation, online sensation. Dati hindi ganyan. Dati you have to undergo with star searching programs, Starstruck, mag-Starstruck ka o kaya mag-PBB ka, no? Bahay ni Kuya. Ngayon hindi na. Gawa ka lang ng content na tas maging viral ka. Pwede kang sumikat, 'di ba? Ganun na ngayon. So it's about the idea and not on the physical strength and the capacity to work fast. Parang to produce many goods in a shorter time. Hindi na ganun, kundi yung capacity to think of innovation that can change the landscape of a certain industry. Next, what is important and the importance of adapting to changing market dynamics and evolving consumer needs. In today's fast-paced business environment, teka lang. Yan, ASMR muna kayo ng pag-inom ng kape. So, in today's fast-paced business environment, companies must continuously monitor market dynamics. Yan, lagi tayo niyan. Minomonitor natin ano yung gusto na ngayon ng ating customer, nung ating mga bumibili, mga parokyano natin ng produkto. No? Ano na ba yung gusto nila? Ano yung kailangan nila? Ano na yung may patok sa kanila? And consumer preferences to stay ahead of the curve. This requires a proactive approach to innovation, strategic planning, and agility, no? Yung mabilis na pagkilos in responding to emerging trends. One aspect to emphasize is the need for companies to embrace customer-centric approach. And ibig sabihin, customers always right, no? Kasi syempre sa kanila tayo kumikita eh. By focusing on understanding and meeting the evolving needs and preferences of consumers, businesses can maintain relevance and foster long-term loyalty. This involves gathering and analyzing customer feedback, conducting market research, and leveraging data analytics to gain insights into consumer behavior. Kailangan consumer centric. Ibig sabihin, we as much as possible we understand our customers, no, and we can understand our customers. Well, by understanding our customers, it will help us to create innovations, uh make plannings, 'di ba, mga media plan, tamang advertisements, creation ng tamang advertisements. Yan, so may output tayong maayos kapag alam natin kung ano yung gusto ng ating customers, and uh, how will we be able to understand our customers? Siyempre, by conducting market researches, yan, pag-aaral kung ano na yung gusto, sino yung target market, ano yung gusto ng target market, and leveraging data analytics through consumer behavior. Yung consumer behavior yan ang paggamit ng ating mga customer sa technology na meron tayo. So we have to utilize yung technology natin para mas maunawan natin yung ating audiences. Additionally, furthermore, tama ba? Ayan. Furthermore, the discussion can highlight the significance of technological innovation in driving market disruption and transformation. Technologies such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, and yung blockchain, yung mga crypto na yan, and the Internet of Things. Yung Internet of Things are the anything na merong internet. Internet of Things. Pag sinabing Internet of Things, ito yung mga parang daily technologies, no, mga daily electronic electronic devices na nilalapatan na ng internet, no? Parang halimbawa yung ilaw, no, yung ilaw dati patay sindi lang yan, on and off lang yan. Ngayon pwede mo nang palitan ng kulay, i-adjust yung kulay, 'di ba? And sorry. Ano pa ba? Yung refrigerator dati malamig lang yan. Alam mo yun, lagayan lang ng yelo, gawaan ng yelo, and so on. Pero ngayon, hindi na ganun. Kundi yung yung rep ngayon, may mga digital monitors na, 'di ba? So ganyan yung Internet of Things are reshaping industries and creating new opportunities for businesses. Companies that harness these technologies effectively can gain a competitive edge and drive growth in the digital economy. Another crucial point is the importance of organizational flexibility. Yan, yung kakayahan ng organization to flexibly navigate dito sa mga pagbabago na ito. Yan, kasama yung adaptability. In an era of rapid change, businesses must be willing to pivot their strategies, experiment with new ideas, and embrace uncertainty. This requires a culture that encourages risk-taking, experimentation, and learning from failure. Companies that are too rigid, o yan, hindi ganong, alam mo yun, parang close-minded or resistant to change may find themselves left behind in an ever-evolving marketplace. Additionally, the discussion can touch upon the role of sustainability, ayan, and social responsibility. Yun yung sustainability no, para magpatuloy na kumikita yung negosyo, yung company. And social responsibility o yung relevance nila doon sa society na kanilang kinikater in shaping consumer preferences and market dynamics. As consumers become more conscious of environmental and social issues, businesses are under increasing pressure to adopt sustainable practices and ethical business models. When we talk about ethical business models, yan yung mga business models or ways we can continue the business while not hitting the pain points o yung ano yung masakit doon sa ating mga audiences or what make our audiences move away from our products and services or from our companies. Kailangan alam natin yun para ma-maintain natin na hindi matamaan yun at alam mo, yung loyalty ng ating audiences or ating mga consumer ay magpatuloy. Companies that align with consumer values and demonstrate a commitment to sustainability can gain a competitive advantage and enhance their brand reputation. Overall, yan, tama yung pain points. Overall, saan tayo? Overall, the ability to adapt to changing market dynamics and evolving consumer needs is essential for business success in the idea economy. By staying proactive, customer-centric, and innovative, companies can navigate uncertainty, capitalize on emerging opportunities, and thrive in an increasingly competitive landscape. So itong mga bagay na ito yung kailangan ma-attain ng mga company o natin, no, as part of a company to stay relevant in this time of idea economy na tinatawag natin. In this time na mahalaga yung idea at kung sino yung may ideya, yun yung nananatiling nasa industriya. Okay? So now, uh, punta tayo sa next topic. But before that, meron ba kayong question? You want to clarify or you want to share? Anyone? Yeah, sige, Angel.
Yung sa ano po, yung sinabi niyo po kanina yung sa about sa pain points po, yung become more aware of yung customers become more aware of environmental and social change. Perfect
Mm-mm.
example po niyan yung nangyayaring boycott currently. Yung boycott currently sa McDo, Starbucks kasi nalaman po na more on ano sila. Sa nangyayari po, wait lang po ah.
Sa nangyayaring yung parang war with Israel and
Yes po,
Palestine, tama?
yes po. Tapos,
Yeah,
since nangyayari po is
they support.
nagbibigay po sila ng support dun sa Israel, binoboycott po sila ngayon ng mga taong pro-Palestine.
Yeah, no. Tama, tama. Kasi 'di ba, syempre, hindi naman tayo supporters of war, 'di ba? Kaya nung nalaman ng mga Pilipino, ah, wait lang, bebe. Nung nalaman ng mga Pilipino na ay sinusuportahan pala itong company na to yung ah, yung gera, no, yung nangyayaring pang-aapi ng Israel sa Palestine, 'di ba? Bino-boycott ngayon sila, no? Totoo 'yun, tama 'yun. Pain points kasi 'yun eh ng mga Pilipino. Parang tayo nga eh. Ano rin tayo, alipin din tayo sometime sa buhay natin kaya ayaw din natin ng mayroong ibang naapi. So pain point natin. Isa pa example nito, alam ko naalala niyo pa, yung kay Manny Pacquiao. Naalala niyo yung kay Manny Pacquiao, parang kailan ba tumakbo si kailan ba tumakbo si Pacquiao na pagka-presidente? Recent lang ba 'yon? O nung panahon ni Duterte? Parang time ni Duterte, no? Tama ba? Diyan pa ba kayo?
Sir, noong 2022 po ata.
Oo. Yan. Basta nung time na ano kasing time na tatakbo si Manny Pacquiao. Tapos sabi ni Manny Pacquiao, hindi, Manny Pacquiao is hindi, ano pa to, 2016 during the Duterte. Duterte, before maging Duterte, bago manalo. Ayan. Hello? Hello? Andiyan pa ba kayo? Wala.
Yes po, sir.
Ayan.
Hindi daw.
Ah, so, during 2016, tatakbong pagkapangulo si Manny Pacquiao. Kaso may statement si Manny Pacquiao. Sabi ni Manny Pacquiao, buti pa yung aso eh. Alam yung lalaki at babae. Naalala niyo 'yon?
Yes
Naalala
po,
niyo 'yun?
sir.
'Di ba? So ngayon
Opo.
ang nangyari doon because of the statement ni Manny Pacquiao, kinabukasan tinanggal nag-withdraw yung Nike as sponsors niya, no? Nag-withdraw si Nike na maging sponsor ni Manny Pacquiao. Bakit? Kasi po natamaan ni Manny Pacquiao yung pain points ng Nike. Nike nga is for everyone eh. Tapos yung mga transgender, babanatan mo ng ganun, di ba? So, may mga ganong klaseng bagay. Okay? Sige. Meron pa? Meron pang gusto i-share? Hello? Hello? Wala na? Check, check. Wala na ata. So, napuputol-putol ba ako?
Hindi po, sir.
Okay. Sa akin kasi may lumalabas na unable to establish secure connection to Zoom. Anyway, so let's continue. So ito naman media and media plan. Um ito yung magiging midterm ninyo, no? Ito yung magiging midterm ninyo. Last time I have told you, maghanap na ng mag-groupings at maghanap na ng brand di ba, na parang may client natin. Tama ba? Naalala, sinabi ko na ba yun? O hindi pa?
Hindi nyo pa po, sir, na-demonstrate ng maayos, sir.
Oo, nasabi ko lang. Tama?
Yes po.
Oh, yun. So, that's yung gagawin natin ngayon. So, pero may groupings na ba kayo? Nagawa niyo na
Meron
ba
na
ako?
po, sir.
Oo, nagawa.
Nakakagawa na po.
Okay, sige. Yun. So yung groupings na yun, uh, per group, syempre, maghahanap ng client o maghahanap ng business, existing business, kahit kakilala ninyo, kaibigan ninyo, kahit small business lang, basta ang mahalaga, business siya. No? At somewhat, we will use his or her brand para dito sa ating media plan na tinatawag. Okay? So, media, let's discuss muna kung ano yung media and the media plan para mas malinawan tayo kung ano yung gagawin ninyo no, as a midterm. Don't worry kasi ito yung midterm at yung finals magkasunod or magkatuloy lang. Ibig sabihin, yung ginawa nyo ng midterm, itutuloy nyo lang ng finals. Okay? So media refers to various channels or platform used for communication, entertainment, and dissemination of information to a large audience. Okay? So ito yung technically yung station, no? Yung radio station, TV, ganyan. In social media platform na ano, han, ano mo baka matumba. Ayan. Um, yan yung mga any station, no? Yan, television, radio, newspaper. Ayan, yung newspaper publisher, magazine publisher. Ayan, tawag natin sa kanila is media. Um, as well as digital platforms like websites, social media, streaming services, and mobile apps. Media plays a crucial role in shaping public opinion and influencing consumer behavior and facilitating the exchange of ideas and information in society. Now, um, ngayon, itong prepare media plan, um, gagawa tayo ng gagawa kayo ng advertisements. Yun yung technically gagawin ninyo, no? Yung brand na mahanap ninyo, isang brand lang yan per group. Gagawa niyo siya ng advertisement. Ayan, isang pwedeng 30-seconder o kaya ay 1-minuter o kaya ay 5-minuter. Sasabihin ko naman kung ano yung gusto ko. Pero siguro by now we can work with 1-minuter. Yan. Siguro mga dalawang 1-minuter pero isang brand. So, ngayon, gagawa kayo ng advertisement doon and ipapublish natin siya doon sa digital platforms, yung social media, nung page na yon, nung brand na yon. Kung wala pa siyang social media page, gagawa natin. Kung meron naman, ipapa-publish natin sa kanya or ipapa-upload natin sa kanya sa social media niya. Yun lang naman yun. Gagawa kayo ng advertisement na video and ang tawag dito and static o yung hindi gumagalaw like poster o kaya ay picture yan. So ganun yung gagawin natin as your midterm. So the midterm is creation of material. Actually, planning pala muna kasi malapit na yung midterm ninyo eh. Bilis, bilis 'di ba? Minadali kasi yung minadali. Yung reason kung bakit apat lang yung meeting natin tapos sports fest pa kasi minamadali yung calendar because para lang sa information ninyo. May kasi mayroong certain movement na parang ibabalik na nila yung calendar ng college from August to May back to June to March kasi sobrang init nga naman ng April and May, no? May ganung movement pero again, hindi pa naman 'yon paano ba? Hindi pa naman 'yon official pero may chance na mangyari 'yon because of yun nga nag-adjust nga ng ang bilis, 'di ba? Ang bilis lang ng second sem ngayon. So magmi-midterm na kayo. So baka more on media plan yung gagawin ninyo. Yung content naman, at yung implementation sa finals na natin gagawin. Pero yon, uh, you have to prepare a media plan. So in order for you to in order for you to create a media plan, kailangan po ninyo ng brand. So next week, next Saturday, dapat meron na kayong na ano, magsisend na kayo ng napupusuan ninyo. Ay meron po kami nakikita, meron po kami nahanap na brand or company po. Pero kahit in conversation pa lang, no? Kasi syempre, hindi naman ganun kaagad-agad na re-replyan kayo. Sige, payag kami. Ang suggestion ko, wag naman kayo kumuha ng mga malalaking company. Halimbawa, Sony Philippines, ganun, 'di ba? Ano pa ba? Unilever, 'di ba? Wag naman. Ano lang, yung mga ano lang, Big Brew branch ng ano ninyo, Big Brew ng branch ng lugar ninyo, 'di ba? Ganun lang, mga maliliit lang. Tulong na rin natin doon sa tulong na rin natin doon sa business na 'yon. So, hanap kayo ng business na maliit lang, small to medium businesses, and then kausapin niyo sila if okay lang ba sa kanila na maging subject natin sila for our media plan or advertising and PR class. So now, ano daw yung way no to prepare a media plan. So preparing a media plan involves strategically selecting and scheduling advertising placements across different media channels to achieve a specific marketing objective. In this case, hindi tayo different media channel kasi ang gagamitin lang natin is social media. So number one, set clear objectives. Define your marketing objectives such as ano ba yung gusto ninyo mangyari? Ano ba yung tingin nyo or gustong mangyari ng client nyo? Excuse me. Gusto ba niya ng increasing brand awareness? Meron ba siyang website na gusto niyang i-drive yung website traffic o maraming tao, maraming user yung pumunta dun sa website na yon at umorder? O kaya generating leads, ibig sabihin gusto ba niya na makapag-create ng lead book, yung leads book na tinatawag o yung listahan ng mga customers. Ayan, ganun ba yung gusto niya? By having mga Google Forms o kaya yung customer fill up Google Forms and other information um, gathering tools, and gusto ba niya na mag-boost yung kanyang sales. Yan. I-clear nyo muna, linawin nyo muna yung objectives. Hindi pwede kasing lahat. Hindi pwedeng sabay-sabay yun. Ay, gusto ko brand awareness, tapos boosting sales, tapos driving website traffic, tapos generating leads. Okay, lahat naman gusto yun, pero hindi pwedeng isang advertisement lang yun. Kundi dapat isa-isa lang. Kumbaga, mahina yung kalaban. So your media plan should align closely with these objectives to ensure that your advertising efforts contribute to achieving your goal. Yan, set your objectives. The objective is to, ano yung objective niya? 4 lang yan. Increasing brand awareness, driving website traffic, generating leads, and or boosting sales. Diyan lang kayo mamimili sa 4 na yan. Then, know your target audience. Yan. Tanong nyo doon sa client ninyo, ano po yung sino po yung target audience ninyo? O kaya, understand the business, and then kayo yung magde-determine ano yung mga target audience niya. So you can conduct market research to identify your target audience demographics, interest, behavior, and media consumption habits. Pwede kayong magpaano ng survey o kaya pwede nyo itong itanong doon sa pwede nyo itong itanong doon sa directly from the client ninyo, doon sa business. Ano po sa tingin niyo yung target audience ninyo? Demographics, edad, location, gender, ayan. Interest po, no? Ano yung mga interest ng mga possible na audiences or mga customer ninyo? Ano yung interest? Halimbawa, coffee shop ka, yung business mo coffee shop. Siyempre, yung interest ng mga pumupunta sa coffee shop ay mahilig sa kape, 'di ba? Kape pampalamig, pampainit. Halimbawa, umaga, nilalamig sila, gusto nila ng kapeng mainit, 'di ba? 'Yun yung mga interest. Yan. behaviors, no? Yung mga behavior, ano po sa tingin niyo yung behavior ng inyong audiences? Ibig sabihin, pwede yung tanungin kung anong behavior. Ang pwedeng sagot diyan, yung mga gusto lang makapagkape. O kaya yung iba naman, ay mga social climber, yung mga ganun. Ibig sabihin, gusto nilang nagmumukha silang Instagrammable yung kanilang pagko-coffee experience. May ganun kasing behavior. And of course, yung media consumption habit. Sa tingin niyo po, yung mga bumibili ng inyong product, ano po yung kanilang media consumption habits? Ibig sabihin, ano pong social media ginagamit nila? Baka naman mag-advertise tayo sa Facebook, yung pala no? Puro Instagram pala yung mga consumer mo, 'di ba? Kasi halimbawa, ang tindahan mo painting. Pag painting, tindahan ka ng painting o kaya customized shoes, mas yan, mas Instagram yan compared sa Facebook, 'di ba? Ganun yung sistema. So, itanong nyo para meron kayong idea doon sa kanilang target audience. And then, after that, saka kayo mag-assume na mag-market research. Ibig sabihin, pwede nyo tingnan yung mga katulad ng business na yon, and then by understanding yung mga similar businesses, ay ma-determine nyo rin ano ba yung target audience nitong client ninyo. 'Di ba? Parang comparison lang yan. Halimbawa, coffee shop. Di hanap ka ng ibang coffee shop and then understand kung sino yung target market nila. Ganun yung sistema. Okay. Choose relevant media channel based on your target audience profile and marketing objectives. Select the most appropriate media channels to deliver your message. Consider factors such as reach, frequency, cost, and audience engagement levels when evaluating different media options. Social media yung gagamitin natin. Ang tanong, aling social media ang gagamitin natin? So iba-iba 'yan, no? May YouTube ka, may Instagram ka, may X ka, mayroon kang Facebook, no? Meron pang iba. So alamin niyo lang, i-determine niyo lang kung aling channels doon. Then allocate budget. Ano lang to, assumption lang to. Kunwari may budget kayo, mga magkano kaya yung kailangan to implement yung advertisements. Yan. Hindi ko ganong to sa media plan, hindi ko masyadong ibinibigyan to ng pansin pa kasi syempre based sa pagka estudyante pa kayo, hindi pa natin ma-determine yung budget eh. Syempre yung depende sa company yung budget. So kahit nilalagpasan lang ito or iniiskipan lang ito. And then, develop a media mix, create a balanced media mix that include combination of traditional and digital media channels to maximize reach and effectiveness. And depending on your target audience and objectives, your media mix may include television, radio, print, outdoor advertising, search and social media advertising, display ads, email marketing, etc. Yung media mix, ang pinapaliwanag din yan kung ano-ano yung kailangang ano-ano o saan-saan ka pwedeng mag-advertise na sa tingin mo ay yung magiging effective yung advertising. Halimbawa, although sa social media lang tayo mag-advertise, yan, although the company, the agency, no, yung group, although the group will utilize only at social media, the group suggested to also utilize these media such as television or print and advertising, yan, search engine marketing, and display ads as part of the media mix. Ganun yon. Pero kung halimbawa, isa kang brand, yung nakuha yung brand, for example, kailangan ng email marketing, isuggest nyo rin yung email marketing. Ibig sabihin, yan yung mga brand, halimbawa, mga gadgets. Ano yung gadgets, nagtitinda siya ng gadgets. So part ng email marketing, part ng kanyang media mix is email marketing kasi pwede siyang mag-send ng email, sending promos, sending ideas about information about promos, and so on. Diba? So ganun yung media mix. Then, set media goals and KPIs. Unawain nyo na lang yung KPIs or the key performance indicators. Pag sinabing key performance indicators, sige, nagpe-perform, no? nagpe-perform yung advertisement o yung sabi yan, specific goal. Ano yung goal? Paano nyo na-achieve? Paano mo masasabi na na-achieve na yung goal? Yan. For each media channel to measure the success of your advertising campaign. Halimbawa, meron tayong advertisement na video. Sa tingin niyo, at at how many impressions, no? Masasabi ninyo na effective or gusto ng audiences yung inyong ginawang advertisement, 'di ba? O kaya, parang halimbawa, ilang shares yung kailangan para masabi yung effective o nagustuhan ng audiences yung inyong advertisement. May ganun lang, parang assumption lang naman ito. Pero mas ma-encounter nyo to sa trabaho na talaga, yung KPIs na tinatawag. So, yung key performance indicators, i-determine nyo muna anong indicator na effective yung isang advertisement. Again, ito, hindi ko masyadong tinitingnan ng pansin sa estudyante kasi assumption lang kasi ito eh. Kapag nasa business na, pagka nasa trabaho na kayo, sa kanyo mas maaanuhan, sa kanyo mas may encounter yung KPI na tinatawag. Kumbaga, lalo kayong gigisahin doon, ay hindi nagpe-perform yung inyong ginawang advertisement. Ayan, ganun. So KPI may include metrics such as impressions, no, clicks, conversions, reach, frequency, engagement, ROI, etc. Yan. Isasama nyo yan, pero hindi ganun ka-detailed yung information dyan. Sasabihin nyo lang, siguro 1,000 impressions o kaya 100,000 impressions, uh, 1,000 click per day o kaya pa 300 clicks per day. Yun. Ano lang, assumption lang yan. Develop a media schedule. Create a detailed media schedule that outlines the timing, duration, and frequency of advertising placements across different media channels. Consider factors such as seasonality, campaign duration, promotional events, and competitor activity when planning your media schedule. Itong develop a media schedule, ang gagawin nyo dyan is, sasabihin ko naman kung ilan yung gagawin ninyo. Halimbawa, 5. Example lang pero hindi pa final. Maglalabas naman ako ng template. Sa media schedule, 5 yung ginawa nyo. Example, 2 video, 3 static. No? Yung video, tawag natin to, dynamic ad. Pag gumagalaw, dynamic advertisement. Kapag hindi gumagalaw, static advertisement. Let's say, 5 yung material mo na ginawa. 5 yung material na ginawa ng inyong group. Kailan nyo i-upload o kailan nyo ipopost yung 2 na video o na dynamic ad? Kailan naman yung static ads? Ganun yung media scheduling. Kasi hindi pwedeng sabay-sabay yun o lahat-lahat na isang araw lang, di ba? Hindi pwedeng ganun. So you have to develop a media schedule o kailan nyo ipopost o kailan nyo ipapublish yung advertisement. Ayan. Number 8, second to the last, monitor and optimize performance. Hindi nyo pa to gagawin kasi ito ay planning pa lang. Pero syempre kasama sa media plan is how do you monitor or optimize performance. It is through continuously monitor the performance of your media campaign kapag in-implement na or pinost na using analytic tools and advertising platforms. Track key metrics, analyze trends, and identify areas for improvement. Make adjustment to your media plan as needed to optimize performance and maximize ROI. And last is evaluate results and ROI. At the end of each campaign or reporting period, evaluate the results against your objectives and KPIs. Yan. Ano na yan? Dulo na yan. At hindi nyo na rin naabutin yan kasi ang aim lang natin is makagawa ng media plan pero hindi na tayo makakapag-evaluate ng results kasi hindi na natin siya halos may implement dahil gagawa lang kayo ng advertisement. Okay? Pero these are the steps in preparing a media plan. Pagka nagtrabaho na kayo, ganyan na rin yung gagawin ninyo. Okay? So, ang aim natin for this week is to find possible clients. Naintindihan? So, hanap na kayo, kakilala, kaibigan, kamag-anak na may business. Tapos, yun yung kausapin niyo na sila na pwede po ba namin magamit yung inyong business as a client for our activity, our advertising subject. Yun. Kasi kailangan nyo ng kailangan nyo ng client. Kasi sa kanila manggagaling yung logo o kaya sila yung magiging gagawa natin ng logo. Okay? Sige. Meron kayong tanong or gustong mangyari? Anyone? Clarification? Wala. Sabagay, kung wala pa kayong tanong,
Sir?
yes. May
Bali,
nagtas ba na ka?
ako,
Sino? Ayan.
hindi po ako nagtaas, pero may tanong po
Oo.
ako.
Sige.
Kailan po kaya yung magiging deadline nito, sir?
Ang deadline
Media plan
natin,
po.
media plan, next week 27. Kailan ba midterm? Parang ano kayo, midterm nyo parang second week ng May eh. Siguro i-assume nyo na 11. That is for May 11. Kailan ba next na natin? Kailan ba ang next na synchronous natin? Sa schedule. Tandaan nyo pa ba? Eh, wala. Ay, ganito na lang. Yung deadline ay sa next na yung deadline ay sa next na synchronous class. Yun. Safe na ba yun? Siguro 1 month pa naman yung kasunod, di ba? Or more than. Ito na lang. Di ko kasi makita eh. Di ko mahanap yung documents. Pero ang deadline natin is May 11 ba pagkakasabi ko? May 11 or kung ano yung mas matagal. Yung May 11 o yung synchronous meeting natin. Oo. Okay? Understood? Thumbs up nga kung naintindihan. Ayan, meron na. Ayan. So, ngayon, okay na tayo. That will be all lesson for today. Ayan, one. Maureen, you have a question? You're raising your hand.
Sir, yung ano lang po, yung next class po kasi natin ay May 11 talaga.
May
So,
11
tama
talaga.
lang.
O, tama lang. O, sige. Okay lang kayo doon. Yung media plan na yon. So, ayun. Yung media plan. Paper lang yan. Paperworks lang yan. Wala pa tayong production. Sa ano tayo? Sa finals tayo magpo-production. I mean, yung dates na yon, no? So from May 11 and beyond, saka tayo gagawa ng material. Okay? So kung magsushoot
Sir?
kayo, wait lang. Kung magsushoot kayo, that is beyond May 11. Legaspi, ikaw ba 'yon nagtatanong?
Nag-raise po ng hand. Ayun, nasagot naman na po yung tanong, sir, dun if ano po siya, paper lang. Pero may isa pa pong question. Yung, kuya, di ba kunya, isa po sa mga sa media plans is to form ang tawag po ba dun? Parang media schedule po, no? So, dun po sa pag-develop po ng media,
Schedule.
ayun,
Assumption lang 'yon.
assumption pa lang po. Parang hindi pa
Assumption.
included dun yung pag-post namin mismo.
Yes, tama. Ano
Okay.
lang, halimbawa gagawa kayo ng material, sasabihin ko 'yan. Usually 5 kasi 'yan. Usually kasi 5 'yan. No, dalawang dynamic, 3 static. Ganun yung pinapagawa ko usually. So ngayon, kailan niyo 'yun ipopost. Ganun yung assumption. Halimbawa, magsisimula po kami sir we will start the posting ng June 1 for example. June 1 June 1. That was Saturday. And then we will post again by June 2. And then 3 and 4 yung static. Ganun yung idea. Naintindihan nyo? It's an assumption. Yeah. Sige, Legaspi.
Okay po, sir. Thank you po. And then, bali po, sir, parang yung itong mga advertising posting na po. Parang under finals na po siya if ever.
Yes.
Sige po. Thank you po, sir.
Okay. Sige. How about you, Karel?
Sir, pinapatanong po ng isang classmate ko kung kailan niyo daw po ibababa yung sample, sir. Para po meron po kaming reference.
Sige. Give me this week. Meron naman ako nito nagawa eh. Ibigay ko lang. Ibigay ko
Okay
na
po,
rin
sir.
this week.
Thank you po.
Okay. Sige. Wala na? Okay. Kung wala na, so we will, by the way pala, no, Karel, ikaw na yung, ikaw yung tulungan mo ko sa, sa attendance ng klase
Okay
natin.
po, sir.
Oo. Last time ba? Ay, hindi tayo natuloy last time. First meeting natin to. Sige, so, ang gagawin natin, I'll start to
Natuloy
share
po tayo last time, sir.
I mean, yung, tinutukoy, natuloy tayo last time pala. Ang tinutukoy ko yung sports fest. Hindi tayo
Opo,
natuloy ng
sir.
sports fest.
Opo.
Sige, so I'll stop the sharing. And then, magpipicture tayo. Parang gano'n. Yun na ba? Require tayo ng proof na tayo ay nag-conduct. Tama. Ko lang tong view. Paano ba to? Wala na. Mas madali gamitin yung Google Drive. Ay, Google Meet. Wait lang Paano tayo dito? Wait. Everyone. Teka lang Yan. So open, open camera kayo dapat. Yan. Tapos gallery. Yung. Ilan nga kayo? 32 tayo. 4, 6, 12. Oo. Yan. Game. Dali, bebe. Dali, hi ka sa kanila. Sama ka sa picture. Hit ng baby ko. Sa taas kasi yung picture tayo. Ay, nag-blur yung 1, 2, 3. One more time. Thank you so much everyone for attending this morning's class. No? Maraming salamat. I'll see you again on our next synchronous class. Pero hindi ko alam hindi ko magamit yung Imabini portal kasi may post na doon si Sir Jeff Ancheta. Siya kasi nag-handle ng AdPR last time. And hindi ko magamit. So baka ang mangyayari is ina-upload ko lang yung PowerPoint dun sa GC natin. Yun na lang siguro yung pwede natin magawa. Okay? So, yun lang. Maraming salamat ulit and ingat kayo palagi. I'll see you next synchronous class. Bye-bye. Chat lang kayo.
Thank you po, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you po, sir. Okay, thank you.